And I'm not forcing this horse in this position. I've just set it up, and he is in complete freedom when he is got his shoulder picked up, he's looking to the left, and his hips going to the right. So now his right hind is going up to his left front. Primarily on the head and the shoulder, the two persons up there. But the hip, you know, it sure needs to be between your legs as well. So watch the right hind and the left front right now. I've got my right leg involved, taking his hip slightly to the left, and I've got my bridle rein positioned to where the outside bridle rein is coming straight back to my stomach. He's got contact with him, and I'm setting with my left seat bone right in the middle of the horse. My right leg is pushing the right hind up towards the left front, and I'm wanting this horse to come up from behind into that outside bridle rein. Okay, so I'm getting the hip to the left and forward at the same time here. This is a softening technique that I use a lot of. I'll bear down on that inside spur there just a little bit and get him to come up. He wasn't responding to my leg as sharply as I'd like for him to, so I didn't let him lay on my leg. I asked him to make him get up there. See, when I get engagement from behind and I get a useful movement, okay, so that was my inside leg influencing the hip, okay, inside leg, outside rein. That's one technique of getting some hind in control.
So repeat that, please.
Okay, so we've got, see, that time instead of moving forward, he just moved over. Just over is not all that useful to us. All that does is load one up on their front end, and we got them just swinging their butt around. That's not, to me, the only time I'm going to use that is if I've roped a steer and I'm going to head up and I'm going to face up. I've headed the steer and I've pulled up there, the steer's off behind me now, and I want to face up. I'm going to use that as a tool to face up and have that horse back right up into that right there. So it's not that I never use a turn on the forehand, but a turn on the forehand is something that if we practice it very much, that's all our horse is going to want to do because it's easier for them to do it. They're heavier on the front end anyway. What I think is more useful when it comes to any type of cow work, whether it be penning or sorting or cutting or working cow horse, or anything that we're going to want to have control of the cow, we're going to want that horse to hold his butt in the ground, you see, and let us. So as I'm going around with this inside leg, because I'm going to the right, my right leg and the left bridle rein, outside rein, this is a softening technique from behind the saddle. I'm softening the loin, increasing the drive from behind, getting control of the right hind foot to take the right hind up towards the left front, and that's the way horses work in diagonals, right hind, left front, right hind, left front. Outside rein is simply serving as a block. A block. See him when I come through that shoulder there and go out through, he's getting, so when I engage the outside rein, it says stop going through your shoulder. And when I stop that shoulder from going out and I keep encouraging that hip to come up, what I get is a lifting of the horse's back, a lifting of the horse's wither, and I get drive from behind. Okay? I'm not over manipulating the front end, I'm just there. And watch, when I go away from you, Corbin, I'm gonna look straight, and I'm gonna go straight Now I'm going to change legs and change reins. Now I'm using my left leg. You see that horse just look around there? What I've done with this is create a pocket for a cow to be in, right there. The head's up there beside the cow, keeping it from going around this way. The shoulder's right there to keep the cow in there even, and the hip is right up there, driving the cow on forward. So I've created a pocket for a cow to find a comfort zone in here, which is probably the complete opposite body position that you would get out of ramming and jamming. Ramming and jamming is going to tend to get the body up into a cow this way and pushing on this way. The horse not even looking at a cow because he's over here looking at my outside foot. See what I mean? So that's why that inside foot is so important. Just imagine that you all are the cow over there and I'm going along. If I'm using my outside foot here to hold you up into a cow, this is the body position my horse is going to be in. Created a rounded bubble. So the head's over here and the hips that way. And this bubble right here is pushing on that cow. That's going to cause that cow to go faster than it wanted to go. So if I change sides, watch the middle of this horse's body move over to the other side. His hip got over there out of the way, and then I can go across the pen like this. See him looking at the cow now? Now all I did was change and use that inside leg. Now, that was one side of using inside leg, outside rein. That's one side of the hip. We're going to use the other side of the hip as well. Okay? So let's say we're doing our looking where we're going exercise. We're looking around. If you're on the ground right here, the horse is walking around me to the left. My left leg is my ground position, you see, and if I'm bumping slightly at the shoulder, you see that shoulder going out there, creating that pocket, okay? Now, let's exaggerate what that hip is doing just so we can, and I'm going to push the hip to the inside and keep the horse looking to the inside as I'm going around there. This is even further hip control, Corbin. That's why I'm going to push the hip to the left. I'm going to keep that horse looking left and have him crawl around here. This is what I call the Teasley crab tree. And I'm not forcing this horse in this position. I've just set it up, and he is in complete freedom when he is got his shoulder picked up, he's looking to the left, and his hips going to the right. So now his right hind is going up to his left front. The hip is way to the inside of the track. Okay? If I put this leg on and he wants to fall in like this and get his shoulder braced up and coming around like if he's getting ready to spin, I don't want that in this exercise, so I'll stop that with my inside leg right here and regain that control. Okay? Where does that come into play when we're working a cow? Cow's over here again. We go over here, get ahead of the cow, and get stopped. Now, when I want this horse to come backwards, I'm gonna hold his hip in place with my outside leg. Get that back up coming around through there like this. Get off of that inside leg. When I take that inside leg out, it means get back. So I want them horses thinking about hitting that ground, coming back, not thinking about rolling up in there and pushing on the cow. So then it's just a matter of timing your body control with the cow and get that cow to do this. And we're just going to sit here and let things happen. Now that's in a trained horse, in a finished horse. But we've got to have the body control on these horses that never worked a cow to start with, and we've got to have the body position so that we can get those horses shaped up as we need them to, so that we can keep the entity of the head and the shoulder and the hip in position. So if you want to ride two-handed, that's all right. We'll just ride like this, and I'm not holding that cow, not holding his head in that position. I'm just saying, look into the left, keep your shoulder picked up and to the right, keep your hip moved to the left, same way your head's going. See that? So it's basically, Corbin, you want to be able, with your legs, have the ability to take the hips to the left, take the hips to the right, and take them forward anytime you want. Okay? The front end is where our back is going to come from. We're going to get up here, take our feet out, and then just wave our feet like that, and that's where the backup comes in. Wave our feet, get that back up, get that horse thinking like that. Okay? I know that looks pretty far advanced, but it is the same simple techniques that we're using right from the beginning. The first time that we do groundwork with a horse, I'm thinking about having him move away from pressure. And that's all any of this was. With a horse, if I put pressure on with this leg right here, you know, just a little bit, he should move away from that leg. If I move it here in the middle, he should move away from that leg. If I squeeze on him, he should move forward, which is away from pressure. If I've got my feet up here, you see that is away from pressure, backwards. It's always just a horse moving away from pressure. What we need to be mindful of is that we keep them in alignment. It's real easy to especially in the beginning, to use too much outside leg, and I'm holding his head this way on purpose to show you, but see, we push shoulder through. Okay, I'll do it this way. And we push shoulder through instead of having them come in alignment where they stay head, shoulder, hip in alignment to come through. Does that make sense? Yeah.
It makes more sense.
Okay. Has anybody got any questions?